Everybody here has a treasure. That treasure is unique in this world. That treasure is unique in the whole universe. That treasure is your life. What are you going to do with it? Hello, my name is Juan Antonio Fernandez, and I'm going to talk about my life. I'm going to talk about your life. When I finished my college, my first job was in Venezuela, in South America. After that, I went to the United States, to Colorado, spent some time there. Then I went to Germany. I stayed sometimes there. Then I thought, I have to do something with my life. Then I decided to study an MBA. Apply, I was admitted, and I started my MBA in Barcelona, Spain. After finished my MBA, my first job was in an investment bank. After that, I got an offer to join a multinational company in the tourist industry in the Canary Islands as a financial director. Now, I was very lucky because the Canary Island is my hometown. So I could go to the place I have my family. So I was there. The place was a fantastic company. Here is the compound. We have 3,000 rooms. We have a marine, a beach. I have a fantastic apartment overseeing the ocean. I drove a luxury car, and I have a great salary. By mid-30s, I have achieved the MBA dream. But I thought, this is the type of life I want to live for the rest of my life. But before I answer that question, I'm going to ask you to do a little exercise. It's a visualization exercise. I want you to use your imagination. And it's very simple. I want you to think your life as it is now and project it 5 years into the future. No changes, just a continuation. So we're going to do this just for 20 seconds, that exercise. Of course, 20 seconds is very short, but I just want to give you a taste. So if you want, you can apply this, practice this at home. So I want you to close your eyes and imagine you travel 5 years into the future. And there you meet your future self. You have lived your life as it is now, no big changes. So you are in front of your future self and ask those 2 questions. What is your occupation? Are you happy? Just 20 seconds. Okay, you can open your eyes. I said it's short, but what I want to give you is a taste of this, so you can repeat it at home if you want. Now, the question is, do I want to live this fantastic life for the rest of my life? And my answer was no. I said, okay, if you don't want to do this, what do you want to do? And I started thinking about my passion. It took me some time. I thought, well, I like learning, I like studying, and I like teaching. Therefore, I want to become a professor. So I've already been 6 years doing this job as a financial director. Then I have to talk with my boss, the president of the company. His name was Björn. So I went to Björn and said, Björn, I'm quitting. I want to leave. My boss said, why? It's a problem. Do you want more money? I said, no, it's not about money. I want to follow my passion. I want to become a professor. Say, okay, can we talk? So we talk. Finally, he said, okay, it's your life, it's your decision, but at least give me 1 more year of your time. I say, I accept it. So in total, I spent 7 years in this company. Then applied for a PhD. I was admitted. I went to the same business school in Barcelona, Spain, 𝐼ESE. When I finished my PhD, well, I started teaching part-time in Barcelona, and then I got an opportunity. They offered me to come to an unknown business school in China. China Europe International Business School. And I said, okay. It took me like 1 hour to accept because I liked the adventure. I said, yes, let's go to China. But then I thought, okay, I'm going to do it just for 3 years. And after 3 years, I go back to Europe. Okay. So what happened is that I went to China and I found a great institution. Yeah, it was small, it was unknown, but it was a great institution with great colleagues, with fantastic students. And I found something else. I found the person that is now my wife. And not only that, you can see here, we had 3 boys, 3 joint ventures boys. Now you can imagine, those 3 years became 22. And this is something that happens in life. You have your plans, you want to do this, that, but then opportunities appear. And it's up to you what you do with them. You can reject them or you can accept it. And I accepted. And I was so happy about doing that. So for 22 years, I follow my passion, my life of passion. Doesn't mean that everything is easy, but when you are doing your passion, problems are not so important. Okay, so we are going to repeat the same exercise this time. But instead of projecting your life as it is now, I want you to think of your passion. And by passion, I don't mean collecting stamps or butterflies. I mean life passion, something that you really love and also can be a source of income. So think of your life of passion. Now, do the same. Close your eyes, please. Project yourself 5 years into the future and meet again your future self. But this time, the future self has lived the life of passion. And ask the same 2 questions. What is your occupation? Are you happy? 20 seconds. Okay, you can open your eyes. Again, I know it's a short time, and could be that you don't have clear what's your passion. That's okay. It took me 1 year to find mine, so I don't expect you to find it in 20 seconds. Or it could be that you already know your passion, and this exercise might help you to understand what is the implication of living that life. Okay, so this is not the end of the story, because the first life, the linear life I mentioned, and the second life, the life of passion, was initiated by me. It was my decision. But there is a third change in my life that was not my decision. It's a decision of the biology. Because 3 years ago, I retired. And then my life of passion ended. So I was there. Of course, I still teach some courses, but it's not as before, yeah? So I said, what do you want to do with the rest of my life? I'm not the type of person that wants to spend his life watching TV or playing with the phone. I wanted to do something. I'm still strong, my brain works, physically good. I want to do something. Then I start thinking, okay, let me think of something that I always like, but I didn't have the time or the money to do. Okay, then, I like photography. Okay, yeah, that's one thing. I also like traveling. Oh, very good. I like writing books. Fantastic. Okay. Photography, travel, books. travel books. So I created a list of 20 countries that I wanted to visit. And that project started 2 years ago. So I'm already halfway. This year, I will finish 10 of those trips. Here you have me in the desert of Namibia in Africa, taking pictures of elephants with native people. Here is in the Philippines, New Zealand, Sri Lanka, Patagonia, Madagascar, Guatemala, and continued. This year I will finish 10, and I have 10 more to go. Then, this is what I call la vida loca. You understand? That means in English, the crazy life. So the first life was the traditional, the serious life. The second was my passion life. And now I'm living la vida loca, my crazy life. But I still have time to be with my family, of course. Now, we are going to do the same exercise again. Third time, and that's the last one. And this time, I want you to think of la vida loca for you. Now, think of this situation. Imagine somebody has deposited $100 million in your bank account. It's legal money, and it's after tax. Okay, so everything is okay. So now, think, with those $100 million in your bank account, what type of life would you like to live? Do the same. Close your eyes, travel 5 years into the future, and meet your future self. This time, la vida loca. And ask the same 2 questions. What is your occupation? Are you happy? Close your eyes, 20 seconds. Okay, you can open your eyes. What have we done? Many times we live our life like a linear life, and we think that we don't have options. This is what we have to do. What I try to give you here is options. It doesn't mean that you have to do this, but at least you know that those options exist. Now you might say, oh, I love my life as it is now. Fantastic. Don't change. But at least you know that you have these options as well. And perhaps one day into the future, you remember this and said, hey, perhaps I can do something different. I can try something more. I can go in a different direction. Because every time, as long as you are alive, is a decision point that you can change your life. Now, is this the end of the story? No. Because if we just stop here, it's a useless exercise. What do you have to do now? Make decisions. Now, when you are confronting a life change decision, it's not easy. You can do your risk analysis, you can do pros and cons, you can talk with people, get advice, experiments, and all those things are good. Nothing against that. But I follow one rule, a very simple rule. That rule is called non-regret rule. So every time I have to make a life-changing decision, I think, if I don't do it, will I regret it in the future? If the answer is no, I forget. It's not important. If the answer is yes, I do it. Now, everything is risky. Even no decision is risky. If you make a decision that is changing your life, yeah, you are assuming certain risk. Things might go wrong. But if that happens, you will learn something. You will learn this, okay, that new possibility is not for me, forget about it. Or, yes, I like it, but I learned something and I will do it better next time. So either way is good. Everyone here has a treasure. That treasure is unique in this world. That treasure is unique in the whole universe. That treasure is your life. So what are you going to do with it? Thank you.